What's up YouTube, Edgar here, bringing you an action figure review from McFarlane's latest series, the Color Top 7-inch action figures. Now this is a really cool thing. Spawn figures haven't been made in years, at least not to the capacity that they were in the popularity of the 90s and early 2000s. But I came across this guy in the store and I was like, holy cow, I haven't seen a Spawn figure in so long. And I was just really impressed by it. And it sort of opened my world into this new line of McFarlane's action figures. Yeah, he's going back into the 7-inch scale, which I really like. I wasn't a big fan of the Walking Dead stuff that was like, what was like 5 inches. I had a few of them, but maybe 2, 3 tops. But I'm more of a 7-inch scale guy, so this is a really cool series to be investing in right now. But enough about me, let's look at this figure. I mean, some really awesome details and stuff going on here. The production is really clean and solid. Look at that paint job and so many details here. And I mean, I love my bases, so the fact that it came with the base is really cool too. Really neat looking figure. I mean, I love the cape, the stylization of it. All that fun stuff going on down there. Very cool. Now these figures should run you about $19.99. Anything above that is the store or place is obviously trying to make more money than retail allows. Not allows, but whatever the word is. But I think you get me. $19.99 is the value that you're going to want to pay for this from major retailers or Amazon or Toys R Us, stuff like that. If you can find it for cheaper, hey, that works. Alright, now check that out. Now, these things, this line of figures doesn't have much articulation at all. Doesn't really bother me as a collector, because you know, these things sort of just stay on a shelf, and the cooler the pose that they're in on the shelf, the more impressive it looks to me. So it doesn't bother me personally. I've talked to other collectors, they really dislike this line of figures. They feel it's outdated and whatnot. But you know, to be honest, I've always loved the earlier figures from McFarlane and NECA, the ones that are a bit more dynamic posed, but fixed, you know, like the original Conan series from NECA, the Terminators, Cult Classic series, the Movie Master series, great stuff. A lot of my collection is comprised of those older figures. And sometimes I would rather have realism over hyper extra articulation. Makes it look too kiddish and action figure-y to me, but you can be totally against that philosophy. The head moves left and right slightly. The waist, same thing, slightly. No movement in the shoulders there. We can move the biceps. We can bend at the elbow here. There's like little, can you see like those little cranks there? I'm sure there's a better word for it. But you can hear it clicking, so it really fixes into place here. We can move the wrist. We could also rotate at the elbow. Same thing going on here. What else we got here? We can rotate at the upper thigh. Not very much, like I said, these things are made for articulation. We could bend at the boot here. Nothing at this leg. Can we move this? Yes, we can. And I think that's it, guys. I mean, and let's take a look at the weapons here. I mean, really clean stuff. It's a solid piece here. There's going to be no bending or warping happening here. This is solid plastic. So don't worry about it bending in your box or warping and all that. But I mean, check out that detail. Very nice. Very nice. Also solid. This isn't going to warp at all on you. Just a simple, like a decal printed Spawn logo there. Cobblestone brick. It's pretty light, hollow. Just his foot goes right on there, and boom, he's ready to display on your shelf. So for a quick size comparison here, they're about the same. I mean, they're in the same scale of each other. He's a bit hunched over here, but he might be just a smidge taller. I'm not even sure, but I think you guys get the idea here. Very cool, very cool, very cool. So final thoughts, I think it's a fantastic figure. For my taste personally, I love the pose. I think it's just awesome. The amount of detail, the paint application, the base, the cape, I mean, the style is just really, really awesome. I'm really happy that we're getting a new line of 7-inch figures from another company. Don't get me wrong, I love NECA. If you've been watching me for years, you know that everything I pretty much review is NECA. But it's just nice to see something new, even though it's of an old style, maybe outdated. It's just it's a bit refreshing to see McFarlane going back to the roots of what made their company so successful in the beginning, and what made collecting action figures cool. We live in a day and age where buying these things is like a way of life, and people accept it, and it's cool, and I can make videos on it and have lots of people watch it. You know, it's just really, really awesome. And I'm getting real deep and philosophical here for no reason, but nevertheless, it's a great figure. If you're a Spawn fan, definitely don't pass this up. There's also a exclusive version to Toys R Us that has he doesn't have the mask on and shows his burnt face. And he has a slightly different paint application. All this under here is red, much like that classic looking Spawn. But yeah, I think that wraps up this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to watch more videos. I'll definitely upload more of my other McFarlane Color Tops figures. And until then, I'll see you later. Take care.